right, fool? Shit. Let it be known then. Circle tight.
He's about to get down with the get down.
This one?
Yeah, that one. Oh, wow. Watch out, Durham. You done hopped in. You done messed it up. Nah.
I ate a chip
Hey, he ate a chip
with the bomb on it.
with the bomb on it. Best of flow.
Yo, set him up, kid. I'll knock him back. Rock ballers from the top cats to the bottom dollars. I pop collars. So how's that? They always look at me so funny when they find out I rap. This isn't a two-way conversation. I'm making a statement erasing the A-list. Keeping the faces, phones or graces, faming the favorites, freaking the playlist. Or the cats, they be tasteless. Calling them simian man, selling them souls for $1 million.
Ooh, I think it's just starting to. It has activated. Hey, I'm trying to get it off. You
My
can't.
throats turn vermilion, children killing civilians, cause it's stolen by the villains inside of the villages. That's our own backyard, trying to escape the negativity is like running from a black star. So they mean mug when they ask us how we got that scar. Stories from a latchkey, dodging cops cause they can't catch me. Saying stop that guy,
I can't believe it, bro.
mistaking black for
Else
a
has to eat
asteroid
this hot
because he
sauce.
that
Makes
fly.
me feel so much like a
Hey, the
bitch,
homie's
bro.
trying to go. Hey, the hot sauce is kind of no joke, huh? Kind of creeps up on you. You're gonna start to feel it going down. It's like almost like DMT, bro.
Wait till it hit the
Once you
stomach.
take it and you bring it in, it'll get to your most inner soul of the.
I feel like I was tweaking. My whole body started vibrating, bro.
This fool says, "I feel it going down." Hey, the best one for me though is Stack.
Yeah.
Stack goes, "It doesn't burn. It just makes you cry." And he's got fucking tears coming out of his eyes and shit. Black, you alright, dog? Hey, for y'all just tuning in, if y'all tuning in or whatnot, Black 57 just did the fucking Double Bomb Hot Sauce Challenge. I told him to start flowing afterwards. I mean, he started off with a bang, and it just like,
I get going.
ooh,
I get going.
look at him. That boy, huh?
Water doesn't help.
No. Hey, just eat another chip with salt and vinegar. There you go. Hey, I saw what y'all did there. What's good? Hey, whoa,
Woo!
not a good thing? Hey, well, all right. Black 57, local artist from Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
Had a long journey, you know, into his venture in the art scene and really putting himself, hit the caliber of what he does and everything he does is really high up there, man. So, like I said, you go to the art district, you go a lot of places around town. You can go into a random building and he's got that office building there, you know. So shout out to the homie Black. He blessed us today with his presence. Had a lot of interesting conversations, my friend.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
It was fun.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. Last week we had Saeed on there.
I know. I had met up with him recently. He told me about it. He's like, "That's dope, man." I was like, "Go get good."
Yeah, you know, and that's the hopes and dreams for us in our years, 2023, of really just trying to get more guests on and people getting the exposure. We might get a couple, what do we call it, return guests, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because all the guests that we do get on, you know, it's like they're all interesting people. They're all artists of their own. That's what 2Cents is doing. We were actually out on First Friday, one of these functions. First Friday is always a big deal.
Yeah,
you know?
fun.
But we were at the dispensary. ISI had some function going on over
I
there.
saw that. It was dope.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
I stopped by for a second.
Nozzle was painting. Hey, the homie from the Dope Exchange was DJing. And he's like, "Bro, you never came and said what up." I'm like, "Well, I was over here." He's like, "Yeah, I was DJing right there." And I was like, I think it was like two DJs, like two, like so where they were interchanging. So I was like, "I didn't see you, bro," and I was like, "My bad, homie." Like, yeah. So that was kind of funny, but
Yeah, that function looked dope. There's a big turnout.
the little function they had, yeah, it was actually. There was what is it, dead dealer or a dealer of the dead?
Yeah, we set up next to her usually all the time at First Friday, but she was over there this time.
Bro, she had the fucking jar with the cats in it, the jar with Yeah, with the kittens and shit, bro. Like, it was crazy, bro.
The
But I wanted the
tentacles.
one with the tentacle. That was so dope to me.
It's a real dead cat.
It's like, yeah, they're like paws or whatever. Was
She
it?
kill him herself?
No.
No. There's a story behind all that, but I don't want to put that part of it
It's
out.
fucking
humane.
around.
It's humane.
Yeah.
It's humane.
Yeah, it's all humane. It is all humane. But it was dope. She had like a lot of like skulls of lizards or
Jeffrey Dahmer type shit.
right 2.0. Nah, JK. Lot of dope, interesting conversation. Days, what's up? You got anything to say? Any questions you might want to speak about?
Alien stories.
You got one of those ET phone home stories?
Alien stories?
The fire, dog. That's
I grew up in Albuquerque, bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's next to Roswell, New Mexico.
So you believe in aliens?
It's not a question. It's,
Oh,
it's more so. It's I mean, for me,
I'm
for
in my
belief-
I'm in my podcast mode.
Sorry.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just
My bad. I was in my street. But no, it's for me growing up there. It wasn't necessarily a question for anyone to believe it, just because it was always in the sky.
right.
You can look up and see it. You just look up and there's stars, and then there's moving stars that are doing shit like this.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro.
And you just, it was normal
fuck
though.
yeah.
You know, it was normal. So I kind of grew up with it always.
Like I said the other day, bro, if aliens aren't real, I'm pissed. Like, I'm pissed, bro.
Well, see, nowadays when I think alien, because I've done so much studying of like anthroposophy and alchemy and esotericism and the occult, because I study so much of that shit and relate it to science and relate it to other forms of information. Now I think of extraterrestrials not as in something that's out there, something that's, you know, way the fuck from another galaxy. That's not it literally at all. Because if you do that, you're still traveling through 3 dimensions. This dimension, this right here, 1, 2, 3, length, width, height, and depth. That's it. And
Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem.
Type shit.
Right? It's a triangle.
Well, it's a
XYZ
platonic, like a
axis
platonic
type shit.
Yeah, like a platonic solid, which is like a prism or a cube.
Mm-hmm.
Can only exist in a 3-dimensional plane, right? Like a plane, like literally like a plane, like length, width, height, and
Yeah,
depth.
gotcha.
The other one is time, because that thing is now traveling. It has a life existing through time. But as humans, we only see the present here and now. Like you see me as I am at this moment.
Right.
But I am traveling through time at a rate that's really slow, so you only perceive it to be still. Like this can we see right here and now, but it is decaying at a certain rate. At a certain rate. It's just such a slow rate for us, we can't see it. So the other dimension is time. But now you factor in the 5th dimension, which is the dimension of probability. So it's like, okay, well, that can change on its course. That has multiple ways it can go on its course. And I think of an extraterrestrial being existing in a plane there, where that's their 3 dimensions. That's normal for them. For us, it's not normal because we can only perceive this can as it is decaying at the rate it decays.
Right.
But for them, they see all the possibilities it can decay on. You know what I mean? Like there's a different
Hey,
level of
but why do
perception.
we have to put extraterrestrials, UFOs, or whatever, all of, like aliens? Like, why do we have to put them at like this super high, advanced
They're advanced
person
as far
of intelligence or something
as.
like?
Do you remember we were talking about organs earlier? I was talking
Okay.
about crafting astral organs in a higher plane.
Okay.
They have those organs, and they're born with them. And so when we think of them being advanced, I would urge to think of them being more developed. Not necessarily more advanced. They can perceive and intake and understand more of reality than we can. We can only perceive the outer look of the look of something
Right.
and what our senses tell us about that thing. They have organs that tell them a lot more than just that. So we think of them as being advanced.
Is that why, like, if they were to come right now and invade us, people would just be running all crazy because they couldn't fathom that that's really happening, or
Yeah, you wouldn't
so to
be able
speak,
to.
is that,
I feel like they'll never fuck with us until we figure out how to not be so warish, bro.
Well, not necessarily, because that war instinct is an instinct that is instilled in them as well, but they have risen above it. They're using laws of the universe against laws of the universe.
Oh, hold on.
They cannot rise above those laws, you know. So they're still existing in the same plane as far as like what those laws would be. But If anything, they see us as not as developed, not as advanced, just not as developed. So like we're seedlings almost, because we have the potential to be more developed. But to those who can understand it, those who understand it will comprehend when they are given the information. Those who do not understand the information or comprehend the information won't be given it.
So 10 DMT.
To those who step to the door, we'll have it open for them. Those who seek the answer, will have it directly give it to them.
I feel like alien, extraterrestrial. I just like I feel like interdimensional, right? I feel like also extraterrestrial. I feel like they can come from everywhere, dog. Just something that's not us, like.
Yeah,
Right,
see, what's
and
your
that's
definition?
understood.
Yeah, what's your
You know
definition
what
of
I mean?
alien? Yeah, 'cause
I don't
my-
think they're far off from us. I think, I mean, do I think they might be more intelligent or not? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they are. I feel like, I think I said before, is like wherever they're from or whatever their capabilities of doing whatever they do, they just have like different elements there. So like our periodic table, like it only gives us the capability to do things with those type of
They got
elements.
them
And when
deep
we
space elements.
so those elements could have advanced them faster because they had that,
Antimatter and shit.
versus like, well, we don't have that. So
There's a-
had we had that, maybe we could have been.
So there's a way of
Cool.
There's a way of I've thought about that too, and the way that's sort of tackled by the philosophers and the hermetic philosophy explains it in a way that's like, you have a carbon atom, right, which is the base of 90% of almost anything. It vibrates at a certain rate, like the electrons vibrate at a certain rate, and if you follow that vibration up the scale of things, it'll get to a point where you can't perceive it, like a wave of like light, like a wave of light, like a light wave. You know what I mean?
Like a decibel, where it gets so loud or so high pitched where you can't hear
Can't
it.
hear it. Now what is it? Is it there anymore? It is there.
It's still there.
But
Well,
you
like
just
cats,
can't
what they
perceive
hear
it,
and
right?
You
dogs
don't got
and
the
cats.
ability to perceive it.
You don't have the organs to.
You're not developed enough.
None of us are. So there's ways you can follow that thought up the scale of matter, which is like rocks, plants, animals, consciousness, life itself, up the scale of things to the point where we just cannot perceive them. And that's where I believe they exist. It's sending messages to those in ways they can send messages to those who can perceive them in those messages and the package they come in.
I can agree.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So
that's-
like,
that's where the ESP, the
I just feel like
ayahuasca.
there's hella different types, and they come from everywhere.
there are different types, and they have different intentions.
And they come from interdimensional. They come from other planets. They come from different
So what-
times.
so what
they
if-
come
But
from-
if they come from other planets, then they have to exist in a realm that we exist in right here and now, like this.
Right.
They're beyond that. A lot of them are on the plane that you cannot perceive, and they fuck with you or they help you. Because there is a pole and polarity to all beings that are on a higher plane.
Yeah, but that can't be all the way true because that puts us back into it's just us and them of who can perceive more than us.
Yes.
So that makes us
not
not
like a
right. There has to
tree
okay.
fell in the fucking woods.
Well, what about,
Hear
like,
it. Did it happen?
somebody, the creator, or these people that can perceive better than us or have this extra conscious or more conscious of whatever, and there's two different planets, us and another planet. Well, we're like exactly the same thing, and maybe they helped influence that planet, maybe they helped influence this planet,
Exactly.
and then next thing, this planet, we're going against the other planet who's
Yeah.
actually on the, like when you play Call of Duty, you're like level 57. You know what I mean? So like we're all like we're in that room. We're like level 58, and this was level 57.
Yeah,
So we're gonna get grouped into the game together because we're in the same level.
Yeah. Yeah.
great.
We work in conjunction. They say a lot of the philosophies that in the philosophies I study that man has the capability of having the advantage of having one step on Earth and one step on the heavenly plane, on the astral plane, astral plane, which is like you are a physical being who has the ability to access that place, and
Right,
you have the capability of going either one, and you do that through. They break it down in a way that's pretty easy to perceive, which is like a thought experiment of what they would consider the all. They talk about concepts of the word God, thinking that of that concept in the term the all, which means there cannot be anything out of it because it is everything, and there cannot be anything other than it because then it wouldn't then make the all not the all.
Right, because
So-
all is like also. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? No,
all.
just
Yeah, there you go. So they think about all being all, like all things, everything. There's nothing else above the all. It is containing everything.
it's a synonym for God.
Yeah, it's synonym for God. Yeah, but the way to think about that is to just help you exercise that of thinking about it that way. And when you do that, you start thinking about like the things that are existing within it also have the aspect of its creator in them. Like if a writer wrote a story about a bunch of characters, he himself, the writer, is prevalent in each one of the characters,
Right.
a reflection. But those characters, they can't say they're the writer. You know what I mean? So we cannot say that we're that high.
Right.
But there
right, right.
are levels to this shit where it's levels like that when we're all existing within this thing together as creations of the highest creating thing.
Shit.
Yeah.
So
Can you
like
follow that?
it's a lot of it's nuance. It's lots of nuance. But
So,
like
so when you ask the homie if he believes in aliens, that's what you get.
well yeah it's you know what I'm saying, you know.
No, I'm just fucking.
No,
giving you a hard time.
you're fine.
No, I'm giving you a hard time.
No, I know. But I like it. I like the topic. I just get jazzed about it.
No, I love it. That's why. Hey, the combo's dope.
I
man.
study study that a lot. You
I
know.
agree with you.
Hey, did you know that no other country is supposed to be allowed to just go into a country and just like claim that land and say, "Oh, this is ours," you know, without protocol, rules, and regulations or whatnot. But there's a worldwide agreement between everybody on the planet Earth that says if you go into space, you can't claim like, oh, the moon's mine because I was there first,
Yeah, you can't do that.
so to speak,
Yeah.
or like,
or Mars or whatever.
right, but they're making an agreement from our planet. Everybody, all the leaders in our planet have come to an agreement to say that we're not allowed to do that. However, like if you get there or whatever and you pick up some fairy dust and you're like, I'm taking this with me, that's mine. I could take that, but
Yeah.
I can't own or say, you know what, this is property of United States of America. Or
Sure.
What about the extraterrestrials, dog? What if we get out of venturing too far, bro? And they're like, we think it's ours, and they're like, hey, bro, this really our shit. And they
Well,
just
I mean
fucking-
that's my point though.
Like,
My
you
point
know-
is where how can they
We're not
have this
thinking about
agreement?
them.
Yeah, how can we have this agreement here on Earth with all the leaders, but we can't get along? But yeah, we got an
Where's the
agreement.
fucking
for outer
Galactic
space.
Federation when we need it, bro?
That's assuming that they take up three-dimensional space like we do.
Yeah.
They might not take up three-dimensional space like we do.
I think so. I think
They might take up probability space.
What about
No,
flat
I
Earth?
get
What
you.
about the flat Earth?
I believe in
Last
type
question,
of-
dog.
I believe
Last
the type of
one.
aliens you're talking about, but like I also believe there's extraterrestrial,
Like physical-
other planet inhabiting aliens,
Like just
and
out there,
the type
yeah.
of aliens
be.
you're talking about,
Yeah.
they're also alien to extraterrestrial type aliens because
In
they
this
can't
point.
perceive them either.
Yes, yeah. I, the ones I concern myself with are the ones that are, here with us, which are mistaken for angels and demons.
Like the Dark Knight fucking satellite thing, the thing that's orbiting our fucking Earth.
Yeah.
And we got an HD picture of it. It looks like a fucking, it looks like a camera watching Earth. We don't know where it came from.
Oh,
Been
really?
there for a long time.
It's
yeah.
been there forever,
It's
bro.
ancient,
And
super
like
ancient.
this one dude thinks it's them watching us to make sure we don't get too out of hand.
No.
And it's like they think it's transmitting everything to them with quantum entanglement,
Here's-
real time.
I
the
think
thing.
it's probably because we just keep rebuilding ourselves, bro.
Here's the thing, though. Like, your vibration is what they need to read, and that's it. They're
Right,
not
right.
gonna see like, let me see your actions. Let me see who you are as a person. They don't
Because
do
they
that.
perceive so much
It's-
deeper than
They perceive.
I need to analyze this guy's characterization,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
put him in a room and see how
They
he
don't-
reacts
they don't
when I
do
put a
that.
strobe light on
I feel like
it.
they're
yeah,
just
they don't
watching
do
us
that.
to
They
be
don't
like-
do that.
to understand us
Yeah.
more. Like
If there's it's a world of metaphysics that do explain everything. They explain this. They explain it, and it's not new info. It's like from the '60s and from the '70s, from the
Right.
'80s even. And
Probably
it's from
deeper than that. They
way
say old
fucking
medicine
deeper.
man and like all these
But-
people when they ask them like, where did you guys find this ayahuasca or whatever the heck? It's like so deep.
The information is really available, but you just got to know where to look.
Yeah.
It's just that we're fed in a way that's like speculatory. Like, oh, let's all speculate. Like, no, I'm not going to, because there was already cats 40 years ago that did that, and then this is the answer.
Right, right.
And like, there's cats who were like in the trenches.
They had hypotheses, but
Yeah.
came up with
And they
some
came
real-
up with this. The work's been done, and the information is there, But it's about, all right, let's get everyone that information in their hand. Let's put that in your hand, and then read that, then come back with that same thing, for the same question. Then this, and that answers all that. You know what I mean? There's this book. It's about 150 hours worth of audio material of a seance channeling of a being called Ra, and Ra is a
Egyptian.
4-dimensional hyper consciousness of an entire planet.
You know about the Egyptian god, bro?
Yeah.
You just talking?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So the entire planet that Ra was occupying,
Mm-hmm.
all the beings on it came together as one mind.
Like hive mind type shit.
Yes.
When our powers combine.
Yeah. Essentially. So
Thundercats type shit.
So this channeling was done by professors that were acclaimed worldwide. From their credentials are fucking massively long, and they're the ones who spoke with Ra, and they asked any question you can imagine. Like I said, it's over 150 hours of audio material channeling, talking directly to Ra, and there has been 15 plus books published on this seance that people study really avidly. That has not been disproven at all. Every page by page, they'll go by the things that were channeled, say, is this bullshit or not? And oh fuck, no, it's correct. And the person who is channeling this, there's no way some little girl from Minnesota who is the actual channeler knows all this fucking information in her head.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's fucking crazy. But it's there. The information is there for those who look for it. If you do want it, it's fucking page by page. They even have audio of it. It's called the Raw material. And it's fucking it's metaphysics. It's fucking mind-blowing. But again, it's not for everybody. Again, everybody wants to speculate and do all that on TikTok, on YouTube, and put these videos out of this, that, the other. It's just so that they can get money from the platforms, so that they can earn money off those platforms and keep you intrigued with it. But the straight punch through the wall is that it's already been talked about. The information is already there. And it's been studying. There's groups all over the world who study this. Maybe 100,000 people out of the 7-8 billion that are now are studying it. And that's a really tiny, tiny drop of water of humans who are focused on this information. But, everyone can make their own mind up if they do want to believe the raw material or not, or if they want to believe the stuff that people have already speculated and come to conclusions on. But science is catching up with the shit that's already been talked about. This shit's already been done. It's done.
Yeah.
So it's just if we can just take it and say, can we just take this and move the fuck on? Can we utilize this information to move on from this point? Because
right, I think I asked Jerm that question before.
As a platform,
to some aspect of, not to keep bringing up flat Earth or something okay.
No,
let's say it was a flat Earth. Then what? Say there is aliens and we actually witness it firsthand. Then what?
Yeah, then what?
How much is it really going to personally affect your fucking life?
What does it really change to, before I didn't believe there was aliens, now I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or some biblical story that's bam, there was some straight in your face evidence of that happening, or you're on DMT and you have this vision and they tell you that was true. And
who's to say? Now what? Now what?
Now what?
I always say when people ask me stuff like that, I always usually come back with the now what, how does that change your life? What are you gonna do about it?
I'm
what
still
can
gonna
you
go
do about it?
home. You know what I mean?
Not much.
Hopefully, wifey's got a good meal, take a shower, do some artwork.
It's shit beyond our control.
What is it
Our
gonna change?
comprehension, really.
Right.
We can, but it's
I'm
beyond.
just gonna
our
go back
comprehension.
inside and fucking smoke a blunt.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, and that's what I mean by those who really want to dedicate their life to studying this shit. It's
just want it to be.
It's a life.
I need there to be a legit first contact, bro. I need there to be a legit first contact.
If there was one, then it was there.
It
took place over 40 years ago. It happened over 40 years ago.
For contact?
No, yeah. Well, it's happened throughout the ages in different ways.
Right, it has to have happened. I think a lot of ancient verbiage didn't really have all the verbiage to fully
express it,
articulate what they seen or whatnot, and that's probably dumbing it down to some real some tribe that had a couple hundred words, if that, or whatever.
Sure.
They didn't know how to do it. But I'm just saying in general, and And if you like Shakespeare speaking a lot of metaphors and these similes and all these weird ways, like you're like, hold on, what did you say? I gotta read that again,
Yeah.
so to speak. So like, you know, and that's the way they did speak. You know what I mean? Like, haveth one love or something. I don't know, whatever. Like from old times, they spoke kind of poetic
Yeah, more fluent
and
articulate.
right.
Yeah, and more direct, more like precise. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Like I said, it's
Life
all
is
been
crazy.
it's all been documented. Like it's really old information.
have you seen a show on Netflix, Archive 81?
Never even heard of it.
Watch it.
I don't watch Netflix, honestly.
I mean, I hear you. I hear you.
Unless it's anime, bro.
Netflix got a lot. I watch a lot of different stuff. I like trying to watch like true crime stuff, educational history stuff. You know, along with my fucking TV little shows or something that's on Netflix, whatever. But
Yeah.
Archive 81 was pretty crazy, man. And it was this girl. There's this like hotel, and in that hotel, these kids grew up there, and this girl got like a calling to like go back there, but she was a reporter. So, but like someone was calling her, so she went back there. She was supposed to do a documentary or whatever on the whole hotel, and she's doing all of this, and like, but there's videotapes of her because she was documenting it. So the little kid that was there when she was doing that documentary or whatever, like boom, fast forward to the future. He's like a video editor, video something or whatever. So this company hires him to say, hey, we want you to watch these videos and find some information for us or whatever. But like homeboy's like getting connected to the videos because like he was there, and like, bro, they're like some dimensional shit. They're doing like some seance, but like the lady she'll be there. She's like starts to go crazy. She's hearing like these like sounds coming out of the AC unit, but it's really coming from downstairs where they're all doing a chant. Like,
That's cool.
it's pretty crazy. It's called Archive 81.
That's crazy.
And there's like some fairy dust where it's like you end up starting to breathe it. It's like a moss or like a fungus or something, like a, you know, the drywall, the black fucking what do they call that, mold. It's like a mold that like kind of like grows, and homegirl ends up getting trapped or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's a crazy show, bro. You should watch Archive 81. It's only got 10 episodes. Archive 81.
Sounds
Anybody
spooky.
seen it?
Sounds
It is, but it's got like some dimensional shit in there, and they're trying to call back this god, and like, but this moon happens every 40 to 80 years. And
Sounds like a based on the raw material, like saying
right. And matter of fact, I think that homeboy's name might be Raw.
It sounds like it's based on that.
Yeah, it does. Now that you say that, now that I'm thinking about it more,
It's some crazy shit, man. It's the
Yeah,
real shit. That's what's even
it's
crazy
way
about
crazy.
it.
Right.
You know. But it's
All right.
dope. Dive into it if you guys want.
Well, homie, it's been a jam.
It's been a jam.
Sick with it.
Hell yeah, man.
Sorry the homie Days couldn't be here in the flesh,
It's all good.
but we were able to link up, multi-guest,
Resting up.
resting up, homie. 2 Cents podcast, Black 57.
Yeah.
Send your wishes out to Days. Hopefully it gets better. Shout out to Germ Perm. You know what I mean? That's my boy. We got Frank on the side. We're going to shout the homie out. Legendaries. We out here. If y'all need any artwork, y'all need some custom stuff, y'all need any prints, screen prints, need some paint, any of that, man, you can just reach out to 2 Cents
Know what it
Podcast, Legendaries, Black, anybody, doesn't matter. We out here. And we're going to call it quits, man. A lot of good conversation. On to the next one, homie. Your local Las Vegas 2 Cents Podcast, talking about all types of shit. And if you're a toy, just go ahead and give it up. No, I'm just kidding. All right, homie. I'll see y'all later. We out. Sick. You can stop.
You are